Well, hello, everybody. Going live on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're not catching this live, hopefully you're watching it on a replay, either on Facebook or YouTube. This video is to put together some information for the 9th annual Steve Lambert Memorial Tournament that will be coming up on September 19th and 20th. We're very thrilled to be able to hold the tournament this year. It was obviously in some question or doubt say a few months ago as we're all working through this situation of the COVID-19 pandemic and so on. But we're thrilled to say that we're going to be able to hold the tournament pretty much looking like everything we've done in the past years with some few changes. And that's what I want to go over with everybody tonight. And I hope by the end of the video, you'll say, hey, that's not too bad. And what I'm really looking for is for everybody, just a high level of cooperation. You know, the situation is not easy. We have to do what we have to do to and the most important is stay safe and stay healthy. And then the second part of that is comply with the rules so that we're allowed to play this tournament and host this great event now in its 9th year, which is just absolutely fantastic. It has become quite a tradition. We're glad that we're able to continue the tradition forward. So let's get into it a little bit and some of the things that need to be done. First and foremost, for anybody that hasn't been playing in the league on a regular basis, I'm going to put that ticker down at the bottom, and you'll see it scroll by. I need everybody to go to grottenrec.com/hockey and look for the button that says individual player waiver. It's a box on there. Very simple. Click on that. If you have any issues, I'll give you this number real quick too. You can kind of see at the top. That is the phone number for Groton Parks and Recreation. If you can't remember your password, there is a reset. And there's a lot of automated features that you can work through. I honestly forgot my password this year because I fill out a player waiver as well. And I was able to actually reset my own password and get everything straightened out without reaching out to them at the office. But if you do run into some technical issues or things just don't seem to be working for you, please call them during normal business hours, 860-536-5680. They have a very friendly and helpful staff there that will be able to help you with your technical issue regarding completing the player waiver. The more online waivers that are completed, the easier my job is. The less paperwork we have on the property. It is just a much easier thing to do if you can just take a few moments, go to grottenrec.com/hockey, and fill out that waiver. Don't go to ECRHLhockey.com. There's not really a direct link there. You have to go to grottenrec.com/hockey to get to that individual player waiver link. And again, follow the prompts. And if you have any problems, give them a call. All right. So with that said, that waiver, that scroll will stay up there. If anybody wants to do it while they're listening to this, that's fantastic too. And that gets it up and out of the way. So first and foremost, participation in the Lambert tournament. We're asking everybody to perform their own health assessment. It's a self-assessment, and it's basically any of the guidelines that you have seen through the CDC regarding the symptoms for COVID-19. What I'm asking for is an honest assessment. If you do not feel well, if you have any of the symptoms that may lead to you to believe you may have COVID-19, I'm asking you to please stay home. Let's keep everybody safe. Let's keep the health issue at the foremost of just making sure that we're doing all the right things. That includes, if you don't feel well, stay home. So please do that for me. This year, one of the big differences, and it has been with the Sunday Ball League as well, as we started that up last weekend, is a ban on spectators. Unfortunately, we're not in a situation where we can have family or friends or children or anybody else. We are limiting attendance at all of our events for the time being to the participant only. That is for a multitude of reasons, but most importantly, to limit exposures, as we're all responsible. If something were to happen or somebody to get sick, it's one less person that had a potential exposure. So at this point, No spectators. Again, if you have if you're traveling to the event and you have your wife or girlfriend or spouse or whatnot, unfortunately, the rink is not the place for them. There's plenty of beautiful things to do around the Groton hockey rink. There's downtown Mystic. There's the casinos. There's other places. Let them go entertain themselves, come play hockey, and then meet up with them in the evening. That also includes players, and we'll get into that a little bit. But if it's not your game, you need to be in your team area. So that spectator area where we normally have where the glass is open, and a lot of people like to gather there and watch the games. Unfortunately, for this year, that area will be off limits. It will be a more streamlined Steve Lambert Memorial Tournament. There's a lot of things that have to happen, including the spraying of benches in between games. That's a procedure that we started this past weekend with the Sunday Ball League, and that will carry through the Lambert Tournament. We'll need to do that after every switch of teams on the rink. So with that and all the other things going on, what you won't see is the speaker set up. We won't be doing the national anthem. That is not a political statement. It is just a simple streamlining. It's one less person and a lot less operation we have to set up for this year. We will do something that will show respect for our country and for Steve and so on, but it will be a very streamlined presentation this year. Next year will be the 10th, and I can't wait to do a blowout thing in 2021 to mark not only our full return to hopeful normalcy, but also for the 10th anniversary of this great event. So team areas. One of the great things about the Steve Lambert Memorial Tournament in the past has been our ability to intermingle with each other. Unfortunately, that'll be going away this year as far as the ability to go in between benches and so on, or team areas, I should say. So what we're going to require is that participants in the tournament stay in their team areas. We'll have more information. I'll reach out directly to team representatives regarding the assigned team areas. We've kind of got some unwritten rules about who usually sets up where. And we're going to try to follow that pretty closely and just kind of formalize that. But you need to stay in your team area. And that includes, we talked already with Tony Laverty about the Eastern Mass teams. They will also separate as well. They will arrive and separate into their 3 camps, and they will remain there for the duration of the tournament. That is just to keep the numbers low, the assembly numbers low, and we have plenty of space. We've got a big piece of property there with 8 teams on the property. We should be able to spread out pretty easily and make that work. So I'll be in touch with the team reps to confirm those areas. But once you're in your team, you're not playing, you need to be in that team area. When it's time for your game, again, we have to spray the benches down and make sure that everything is set before we can bring another team over or 2 teams over. So stay in your team area until you're signaled. That'll likely be the sounding of the horn on the scoreboard that will indicate it's time to come over to the rink and begin your warm-up period. Just be ready to come over to the rink as soon as you can. Again, social distancing away from other teams. Allowing the teams that were previously playing to completely exit. They'll go back to their team areas. We'll sanitize the rink, and then we'll bring the other players back in, or the next teams in. Sorry. So that's what's going on with the team areas. Again, no intermingling. I know it's going to be difficult, especially for the 3 Eastern Mass groups that are so used to being a tight knit. And hey, I'd like to get around to each camp as well and spend some time with teams. And, Coronis are near us, the Express team, and we usually intermingle. But this year, unfortunately, we just have to, play by the rules and just be happy that we're playing hockey. And we'll get back to that next year, hopefully. Face-offs are the only in-game procedure where we're doing things slightly different in a matter of safety, which is we're making sure that no players are sitting at a face-off waiting for the referee. So our new face-off procedure for the time being is the players are asked to stay at least 6 feet away from the dot until the referee has arrived at the circle and is ready to drop the ball. The referee will then signal the players to come in, and they will drop the ball. We worked on this during the first week of the Sunday Ball League, and it was a very quick and easy transition. And by the end of it, everybody seemed to pick up the flow very well. So again, we'll continue that procedure. That's again keeping people, the two players in the face-off apart until it's time for them to come in. And then once they come in, it'll be an immediate drop and move away. So we're not having too much of an exposure. Handshake line, that is a completely voluntary operation, but it is permitted that so long as the helmet stays on and the gloves stay on, and it is a passing fist bump and teams and players keep moving. Again, it is a completely voluntary operation. If you do not feel comfortable going through the handshake line, you are more than welcome to skip the handshake line. We've asked the players, and everybody understand that the comfort level of some may not be the comfort level of others. So, again, operate to your comfort level with anything that's going on. And then please opt out whenever you feel that it's necessary to do so. Otherwise, looking forward to another great tournament. I don't look at the long-term forecasts. I just kind of rely on some good divine intervention. We've been very fortunate over the years, so I continue on that policy. As far as the schedule, that's the other thing, too. I will be releasing the schedule. Not trying to reinvent the wheel here, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The tournament schedule will look exactly like the 9th annual Steve Lambert Memorial Tournament schedule, with the exception of one team name change. Otherwise, if you see your team name in the 9th, it'll be the same. In the 8th, it'll be the same in the 9th. I'm already looking forward to next year too much. Yeah. So the 8th annual tournament schedule, if you can find that, look at that. That's going to be your schedule for that weekend. That's always, of course, weather pending. We'll have to make adjustments and changes as necessary regarding that. If anybody has any questions, any concerns, or anything regarding the Steve Lambert Memorial Tournament, please reach out to your team representative. We use our team representatives for a reason. It keeps the communications in a little thin. Most of the team reps are aware of the situation and what's going on, and could possibly answer your question. If they are unable to answer it, they can reach out to me. If you have any questions now, for the few that are watching, you can you're more than welcome to put a comment on the screen, and I'll address it. But otherwise, reach out to them. Again, if they can't answer it, they know how to get a hold of me to get a question answered if they're unable. Otherwise, again, looking forward to a very fun, very exciting, and enjoyable Steve Lambert Memorial Tournament. Glad to be on here telling you about it and being able to say that we're a go. And so with that being said, I'm going to call it a night, and appreciate you tuning in. Again, this video is available on YouTube and on our Facebook page, and I'll leave that up. If you know of somebody that has any questions regarding the tournament, have them watch this video. I think that it'll be a little helpful. Maybe they'll get some good information out of it. Maybe we'll understand what's going on regarding restrictions. And then again, if you have any other questions, reach out to your team rep. So on behalf of the ECRHL, appreciate you tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you on September 19th and 20th for the 9th annual Steve Lambert Memorial Tournament. Everybody have a fantastic night.